Hey guys, we are back again, right? We've got another Vivaro in with us in the background, and shock horror, same as always, it's got the injector problem. So we've done the injectors on this, cost a bloody fortune, but the chaps asked us to seal the scuttle so it stops it happening again. What I'm going to do, I'm going to show you how we do that, and I seriously recommend you do it to your van, right? Okay, we'll show you how to do that now. Also, don't forget to hit subscribe, because if you keep subscribing, then I'll keep doing more videos and you get to learn stuff. So, hope you enjoyed my video. Hit subscribe. Right, here we are. So, up with the bonnet, obviously. This is what happens, right? So, water gets in behind this scuttle panel down there, and there's another panel underneath it, and the seal, Vauxhall just used a cheap-ass piece of plastic as a seal. That thing fails. Water runs down here. If you can see, there's dripping off the bottom of there on that tray. Yeah, you can see that's damp. And what it does is, let me see if I can get a good view on there for you. It fills the whole injector cavity with water. There, look at that, it's full of water there. As you can see through it, 'cause it's clear. So that lets your injectors just sit in a puddle. You see all the way along there, it's just full of water. And after a while, they just die. So we've done the injectors in this. The customer decided not to do the scuttle panel at the time. Until now, the rains have started coming in again, and he's realised what I was actually talking about. So what we're going to do is we're going to fix that. But that's what caused it, look. So it runs off the bottom of here. See if you can see that better. That just soaked all the way along there. Right, so got the little caps off here. That's what you're dealing with. Just a gentle pry from underneath will get that off. Then you get to your nuts, obviously undone them. They are 17mm nuts. Some windscreen wipers come easy, right? Just pop off. There's a little spline on there. Make sure you mark where they come off. So I've taken it off. When I do this, what I like to do is I like to just put a little bit of Tipp-Ex in one particular spot, so I know it goes in exactly the right place, right? This one is being a swine, as sometimes windscreen wipers are. So see, this is my little custom windscreen wiper removal tool, quite simple. It grabs underneath the windscreen wiper, tightens down, and pops it off. Yeah, you might need something like that, but important thing, don't just try and hit the thread sticking out, because A, you'll damage a thread, and B, it's not really mounted on a lot, it's only on the plastic underneath, it's the runners for the windscreen, so much better to pull against each other rather than push if you can. Right, so I think I might have found somewhat of the cause of the problem here. Obviously, we mentioned the water getting in the back there, taking the windscreen wipers off. I just went to remove the little clips from here. It's like, oh, right, okay, so it's actually not really attached by a great deal at all. He said he had a last mechanic look at this or something, and yeah, I think that taking the screws out is probably only half of the job you've got to do, mate. You've actually got to put some back in as well. Has he left there? Put any back in? Nope. Nope, completely. Nope. All right. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah. All right. That's the kind of job we're dealing with. All right. Never mind. Right. So this is how to get this off. This is the bit we need to get off. Obviously, the cowling. If you look around here, these plastic trims overlap it, go over the top, and they should be screwed on, but whatever, we'll gloss over that. The way to get this is from the top here next to the mirror, get underneath it and pull it away from the windscreen, like that, right? That's what you're looking at. It's one of them onto one of them, so it needs to come off exactly that direction. I know it's horrible pulling bits of plastic, but okay, as long as you know which way to do it. Now, you're looking at this down here, where is it? Oh, thinking, well, I've got to take the bonnet off, surely to God, how do I? No, very cleverly, see if I can show you what they've done here. So if we get hold of the bit of plastic, jiggle it around a little bit, I want to rotate it to that point there, look, and then it comes out. Next thing to do now is to remove the cowling. Let's have a little look. You'll be careful because the windscreen squirters are still attached. There's a pipe in there somewhere. Up there it is. Okay, so it's driver's side. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so that's the union in there. I'm probably going to take it off there. Look how disgusting it is in there. Cool. Well, I'm going to take it off there, leave half the pipe in, take this off after my cup of coffee. Right. So this is what we're faced with underneath here. Look at the mess of here, right? So you see this. This is the middle windscreen wiper. If we have a look underneath there, you can see where it's been running off there, dripping onto the, see the rust? The rusty colour there, coloration. Right, so this is what it looks like. Believe it or not, I have given this a rough scrape. I found a little nut in there as well. I don't know where the hell that come from. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to undo the whole lot and take it off. These are T20, T30 Torx bits there, a bunch of them. The plastic trim that come off the top here, look, that come off pretty straightforward. It's these little things that attach it, and if you look, they've got a little lip on the one side. Let me see if we can see that bit better. There you go. And they screw onto those little tabs there. You see them? Little threads. So basically, with the gloves on, they just put your fingers on top and then screw nicely. So yeah, we're going to pull this bit off next and give it a good clean and see what the seal behind there is actually looking like. Right, so that's loose now. We've got all the little nuts out of there. By the way, when you take this off, you need to note that the start of the windscreen wiper motor and its gubbins are all attached to what we're about to try and remove. So you need to unplug it first. That plug right there. These just dangle. They'll all come with it. You see, they're only a little bit long. They're not very long at all. They'll just come on. We need to undo that plug first before you get it off. That's the point I'm at now. I'm going to undo that, and then we'll lift the whole shaboodle off. But you're starting to be able to see the dirty seal behind there and where it leaks. Yeah, I'll show you better once we get this big panel out of the way. So, she's off, right? That's it on the floor. You see the windscreen wiper motor and all still attached to it. I'm going to dress those seals as well in a little bit once I've given it a good clean. But, look on the back. You see that manky mess there? Yeah, that is supposed to be a nice rubber seal. And you can see there, it's just not working at all. Look, that's all just mud, right? Going straight down the back, all the way there. This is the seal I was talking about. You can see it's dead. There's no sponginess left to it at all. It's just solid underneath all this mud, look. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. This is what we need to repair, look. If we come to the van, we can see, obviously, the seal's supposed to sit on that raised ridge. It's just not been working. Mud coming in, like rusty water dripping on there. See, even a little bit of water on there still, just flowing in here. The back there, that's the rust I mentioned from dripping in there. All the way along here, rusty water down there. So, you see it's just completely failed across the board, this seal. So what I'm going to do, take that bit out, wash it, give this a lovely clean up. So look, half of the seal, oh no, that's mud, never mind. Yeah, okay, so give us a nice wipe down. And then I'm going to put some proper sealant on there and then stick it all back together when it's lovely and clean. But yeah, this is how to do it properly, right? Oh, by the way, if it's anything like mine, the nuts, these ones here were an absolute pain in the ass. The others come out nice, but I really thought I was going to break them taking them off. Lucky they come out clean. But so yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Get it all clean, sealed, cleaned, sealed, put that together and hopefully stop the bloody leak. Cool. Yeah, so that's what you want to do with your van. It's pretty straightforward. You can do it with basic tools. Yeah, didn't really need much. I mean, the rubber gloves for undoing those things were the most useful. But then I'm going to address all the water down there. See, it's just splashing down there, coming from everywhere. Then I'm going to get that siphon all out first. then sponge, and then I'm just going to run the engine and cook the last of it off. And then, hopefully, job done. Move on to the next one. Right, here we are again. So, it's all nice and clean now, look. All pretty well done along there now, all along. This here is the surface it's supposed to bond with. This is what it looks like. This is the seal that fails. You see, just squashed flat there. It's just not recovered at all. There's no sponginess to it whatsoever. See, it's just cracking off. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take it all off and I'm going to replace it with some nice sticky silicone, because that is just poor as hell, look. Okay, I'll get back to you when I do that. I've done all along here as well now. So that's all 2 clean mating surfaces. What I intend to do now is get a nice bead of sealant, silicone sealant, something that's going to flex and not dry out all the way along there. And then 1, 2, 3, splat onto there, tighten the bolts up and be done. So that's how I intend to fix it. That's how I've done these before, and it's always worked for me. What you do have to be mindful of is the bolt holes there. You've got to get a nice bit of stuff on there. So I'm going to get that now. I'm going to get my sealant on there and stick it back on. Yeah, right, that's all done and tightened up. The seal on this, I managed to just give it a quarter of a turn and it seemed to seal it nicely. So it must have just worked its way loose. Right, that's all finished now, all tidy, put back together. So as you'll know, because you've just taken it apart and putting it back together, when you get the final piece on, you put your little under tray under there, push it in, and the final bit is to push the thing in properly from there so it sinks in. You'll feel it all click down should you get it into the right position. Wipers, they are actually a 16mm, not 17, my bad. But you will thank me for putting the Tipex on when you come to replace them. However, I mean, most cars stop and the wipers just finish like that. So as long as you're like, you know, next to where the marks they came off, then it shouldn't be too bad. The worst thing you can do is put them so that they interfere with each other, but that'll cause damage. So, right, that's all done and sealed. I think we'll move on to the next job. I hope you found that useful and this helps you with your bun. But do it straight away, otherwise you'll get a fish pond down there on your injectors. No one wants a fish pond on your injectors.